Hi, BookTube. It's Lindsay and Winnie. Winnie. I'm here to do my Friday reads video, one of my favorite videos to do because I get to talk about books I'm planning to read, and it's Friday, so I get to talk about the weekend, which is just fabulous. Yes, I'm so glad it's Friday, like I always am, but this week in particular, the last 2 weeks have been so stressful for me, just for like personal reasons, and then work's been gearing up for the summer. So yeah, no summer vacation for me, unfortunately. I'll be able to take some time off, but it's just really busy over the summer. So yeah, I need a break. I swear we need to like install 3-day weekends always. I know Memorial Day is coming up, and so I'll get a 3-day weekend there. But I mean, there's not enough time. There's not enough hours in the day to do everything that I want to do. But luckily, I'll have some hours this weekend to do some reading. So let's get into it. The first book I'm talking about is one I'm currently reading. It has an interesting cover. It's Turning Angel by Greg Iles, and this is the second book in the Pen Cage series. And just like the first book, The Quiet Game, his writing just like pulls you in. It's very plot based, and it's very fast paced. There's so much happening. He's really good at like moving you through the story. So it's like edge of your seat, biting your nails kind of story, which I do like. I need some light reading this week because my mind has just been going haywire, so I need something that's really going to draw my attention, which this is just fitting the bill perfectly. And then the other book I'm currently reading, slowly but surely, is The Slave's Cause, A History of Abolition by Manisha Senya. And I haven't been reading a lot of this book just because it's a dark subject, a heavy subject, and my brain just hasn't been able to focus this week, but I am hoping to put some work into it this weekend. And it's focusing on, of course, the abolition movement, but it's also talking about not just America, but the Haitian Revolution and the effect it's had on Africa. Sorry, my cat's tail is just like swishing all over everything. But in Africa, the impact we had of, the English had, America had on taking slaves, what disruption did that cause, like to their culture, and then bringing them here, how, of course we were treated awfully, but, just their culture, how it adapted over time. And so, yeah, it's a well worth the time. I haven't gotten much into it myself, but I know it's going to pay off in the end of reading a chunky book. And then the other book that I'm currently reading, I'll just show you the cover, because I don't like, for hardcover, some people read with these on, but I can't do it. I always have to take it off, because I want to keep it nice and neat. And this is The Dinosaur Heresies, the new series, Unlocking the Mystery of the Dinosaurs and Their Extinction by Robert T. Baker. Here's that cover. And I've just been reading a chapter a day, which is just a delight. I'm learning so much. It came out in, I think, 1986, but I know a little bit, not a little bit, quite a bit of it is, outdated with, the new things we've discovered. In the beginning of the book, he's really discussing how people of his day were thinking that dinosaurs were cold-blooded, like lizards and crocodiles and like amphibians. But so he's like countering that, thinking, I don't know about that. It doesn't sound plausible because of it goes lists as a reason. And so this just shows you how science just can become outdated really quickly. But the material itself is just, it's so good. Yeah, it's just a delight to dip into it each day and like learn something new. Like yesterday I was reading about how some of the dinosaurs were like birds with like they're having gizzards, and so they, instead of it's like, think about birds, how they can spend a lot of time chirping and singing because they're not using their mouths to eat. They're swallowing food, and then, they're using their gizzard, which has like stones in it that grinds up the food for them. And so they can use that time, divert that time into being able to sing and like, attract other birds or what have you. And so dinosaurs were the same way. And so there's a lot of like rocks, like smooth rock piles, near like the dinosaur fossils, because once their stones have like served their purpose and, they need to get some new ones, they'll like regurgitate them. And then, eat some other ones to be able to use that, sharp, able to like break down that food. And so that was just fascinating to me. I was just like, oh, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, all those little tidbits of like information. I love stuff like that. So yes, that's those are the 3 books I'm currently reading. And so the other 3 books are ones I'm planning to get to. And so this one, I love this cover of this next one. It's very beachy. It's Mary Kay Andrews' The High Tide Club. I believe this came out a year or 2 ago. And this just looks like a light read. I mean, I want, a summary book to sink my teeth into. And this one is about a lawyer who, she gets pulled to this, like, small island, and it's, like a wealthy, I think she's 90, wow, she's 99 years old. Okay, so it's a 99-year-old, like, heiress of sorts, who owns quite a bit of land on an island, and, she has a lawyer of her own, like a, hightail lawyer, but she decides to go with this, I guess, our main character, because, she wants her to help, fight her battles of trying to keep the land and the legacy, and instead of like having these businesses, buy up the land and start, building and renovating the area, she wants it to keep, more of a home base. And she also wants to help, she also wants the lawyer to help her find the heirs of her group of friends who, if she's lost contact with, they've been dead for many years, and so she wants to kind of like contribute to all of their offspring's livelihood, because there's something went wrong with their friend group where she lost contact for some reason. I'm not sure yet, but so yeah, so it's like it's kind of like a mystery, but like a light fiction read. And yeah, I've heard a lot of good things about Mary Kay Andrews, but I don't think I've read anything by her, so this will be my first one. And then another book is one I've wanted to read all month long, because I know it's a bigger book, and finally my library got it to me today, so I am going to be jumping on it immediately. It's The Dragon Reborn by Robert Jordan, and this is the 3rd book in the Wheel of Time series, and I'm reading this along with everyone else for the Wheel of Time read-along that's happening for the next, it happened over 14 months, so we're on month 3, and I meant to participate in like the Goodreads, so they have like a chat group, and they break the book down into, sections, but I'm so behind because my library I just didn't get it in time. So yeah, I'm gonna be reading quite a bit this weekend, and it's a reread for me, so I should be able to get through it pretty quickly. And then the last book that I'm gonna be reading is one that looks like perfect for this month. It even has May in the title. It's Mayday Murder by Jennifer David Hess, with like a maypole and a cat. The cat is so cute, and it has this little like magical, I don't know what you call this, like magical little glitter. So it's part of like a magical series. It's a Wiccan Wheel mystery, book 5 in that series. And I read the first or second one, and I just picked it. I went ahead to this one because I felt this one, fit with the time period, of course. And this is about Kelly, who is a lawyer, and so in this book she gets her own practice. She breaks out from the the group she was in, and so let's see what it says. I don't remember the complete story because I haven't read it yet. But it says, since recently leaving her law firm and opening her own practice, Kelly has more on her plate than simple abundance. So she says a friend, Eric, from a neighboring town, has had a run of bad luck. He blames on a curse cast by his ex-girlfriend, Denise, a practicing witch whose expertise in the dark arts can't save her from her own deadly end. And so you can kind of see there's like witchcraft mingled in with this story, and it's like set in a small town. I think it was Illinois or Indiana, and even though there's a witch and magic involved, it isn't like heavy like fantasy, but there is like a lot of like herbal magics and like using like stone like ancestry or what have you, or like incense to like clear your mind or bring you luck, that kind of thing. It isn't like wave your wand kind of magic. So yeah, that's all. These are the books I'm going to be reading this weekend. Other than reading, I'm not sure. I might need some like retail therapy to like perk me up. But we'll see. I'm not 100% sure. In retail therapy, I don't mean like clothes shopping or something. No, none of that. I'm talking about like book shopping, of course. But yeah, we'll see if I'm in the mood for it. Otherwise, I'll be sitting here reading and petting the cat here. I'll bring her up again. She's been sitting here purring on my lap, but she hates being held. Oh, she's not looking. But yeah, let's see. There she is, her pretty eyes. Hello, Winnie. Yes, so I hope all y'all are having a happy reading weekend, and let me know what you're going to be reading. Thanks. See you soon, book 2.